Guys, how's it going? Mike here. Today I wanted to do a quick review of the Fiat 500 Abarth. This is going to be a full owner review. I've had this car now for about 5 to 6 months, I would say, and I've got close to 3,000 miles on it, so I thought it was time to do a review for anyone who may be in the market for a small hatchback or a small sports car like this. Hope you can get an insight from my review today. So first, I'm just gonna take you around the car, give you like a 360 view of the outside. From the tail side here, I'm gonna go up to the front, and as you can see, the car doesn't look too different from the normal 500 Fiat. And here to the side, also, as you see, I haven't done much customization to the outside, but all in all, I like the clean look, and the car looks pretty good to me. So there we are, and I'm going to show you some features here you may not know. So if we get closer here, you see that the car is a low profile car, and that's one thing that makes it stand out differently from a normal Fiat 500. And here you have a sort of bigger wheels. These are 16 inches alloys. In some Abarth you might find 17, 18 inches, but I like these. They're pretty comfortable, and I'm not planning to change them anytime soon or ever. So yeah, you've got 16 inches out back and up front as well. Basically all 4 tires are 16, and these came from factory, so these aren't aftermarket or anything like that. And back here you've got the double exhausts, left and right. This is pretty standard for the most part on smaller or entry-level sports car like these. You usually get the exhaust, but those things sound awesome. And here you've got the tank filler for your fuel, and then you see here changes I've really done. I had a Mojo grip stripes on the bottom. Usually you get an Abarth one, and when I bought this car, it was all clean. There was no stripes or anything. The mirrors were also all black, so I painted the mirrors as well just to match. And you see the taillights are still the same. I would like to get them darkened, but right now I'm leaving as is. But yeah, these are basically the only 2 changes that I've done, or 2 to 3 changes I've done. I've got the Mojo grip stripes there. The mirror covers, the side mirror covers are painted also in silver, just to sort of match. And I've got the same thing on the other side, the driver's side. But yeah, that is the outside. And in the back, I tinted the back windows, which are legal. Usually tinting your windows is not, you get punished for that, but my driver's window is normal, so you can see through. But the back, I decided to blacken it out, so the back seat and also the back all the way, it's all black, and I'm happy with it. It gives the car just a tiny bit more aggressive look, which is fine by me. So the car is in black, all black, and as I mentioned earlier, you've got Abarth stickers and you've got some chrome around the car. Now usually I'm not the biggest fan of chrome, but on this car they're very minimal, and they highlight the car in little nice places, so those are fine. Usually I always blacken out my chromes, but on this car there aren't too much, so it's all good. And as you can see up front, you've got the Abarth logo up there too, so all in all, the car looks pretty good. And now let's check out the interior. So here we are in the interior of the car. As you can see, it's all cloth seat. I didn't get leather with this car, and actually I didn't get anything when I bought this car. It was blank. It was a blank slate. One, because I thought Fiat was just overpricing everything, and to me, if you live in a hot state like I do, cloth is just the way to go. And I like the look of the cloth. You've got black, and you've got some red stitching and lining on the seats, which look pretty good. I wish they did make that red stitching all over the car, but again, for the basic standard stuff I got, I'm pretty happy with the look of the inside. and you see you've got two up here and two. You can probably fit two adults in the back if you get lucky. But for the most part, I'm the only one riding in this car, or maybe sometimes I would have my girl with me, but that's about it. And this car is a manual, so as you can see, you've got 3 pedals there: your clutch, brake, and your accelerator, and then you've got a footrest. And that's the latch to open your open the front. If you go to the central of the car here, you've got your manual gearbox, and then you've got your basic like air conditioning, heater. Also, the car comes with a CD player, which is decent. I never use it. And just about everything else on this car, you see that shiny plastic that runs all over the front there. Not the biggest fan of it, but hey, can't complain. The dashboard also, it's all plastic. The only parts that I would say are soft on this car is maybe on the driver's side. Your steering wheel is leather wrapped, which is nice to hold and feel. And also on top of your heads-up display, you've got some leather stitching, which I think is pretty cool. And one cool thing I like about this car, beginning in 2015, Fiat started making the heads-up display all digital, so it looks really clean and it's quite vibrant. So it's nice to look at. And then on the doors, the door panels, it's all plastic here, hard surfaces, and you've got some chrome for your door latch. And also, one thing you may need to get used to is that your mirror controls and your power windows are on the center, in the center of the car. Usually you have those by the door panels. And if you go down here, we've got your power socket, you've got an auxiliary jack and USB jack, and you've got also in the glove compartment, you've also got another USB port there, which is nice for anyone. And then you've got your cup holders. As you can see back there, I use mine for a change jar, which has worked out pretty well. And also you've got your armrests. I don't usually use this. Actually, I never use this because it's quite tight in here already. So this is just not functional for me. So those armrests, they're just there. I never use them. So let me show you the heads-up display here, so you see what I was talking about earlier. When you start the car, you see it's nice and digital, and it's very vibrant. And then you've got a sports button here. When you press on that sports button, this is what happens. When you push that down, your heads-up display changes, which is quite clean, I think. And then you've got your boost gauge here also whenever the car is in sports mode. Now, I don't think this car needs a sports button because it sounds like it's always in sports. But when you do use that sports feature, you definitely notice a difference in the drive train of the car. Everything kind of stiffens up, and you notice that. So it's nice to use sometimes when you take a short ride. I know I use it maybe when I take a short ride late at night, but other than that, it's all good. Now, how practical is this car? I gotta tell you guys, I drove a Mini Cooper S before this, and if you look back here, you've got enough space to fit in groceries. And right now I've got my junk in there, my book bag, my gear, and stuff like that. But the car is quite spacious in the back, I would say. It's very spacious in the back. And those seats do fold down. You can fold them down. And since I moved here, I've actually moved twice in the last year, and I've used this car to, carry furniture up and down the place. I've been able to fit office chairs, 2 desks in here, so it is practicable. Don't let the size fool you. You can definitely use it to haul big things from point A to point B. So that's definitely a green there. And one thing I would say about the Fiat Abarth, one, the price range is pretty good. This cars start from early 20s and they go up to about a little over $30,000. I would not advise anyone to go that high on anything with the Abarth. It's just not worth it. One downside of the Fiat Abarth is the resale value. These things lose their value so fast, it's ridiculous. So that's one downside. But in terms of, you know, a nice sports hatchback, the Fiat Abarth definitely compete well with other players in the field. I still think the king of all hatchbacks is the GTI. I used to own a Mark 6, and I can tell you just the comfort in that car, the drivetrain, the whole package. You get more value for your money with the GTI. But hey, I wanted a Fiat Abarth. I've always wanted to drive one since it was first introduced, I believe, in 2012. But you know, it took me a while to get to it, and so far so good. I can tell you also, one good thing about this car is the fuel economy. It does have a smaller engine. I believe it's a 1.6 turbocharged, and for me, between city and freeway driving, which I drive a couple of times a week, I'm averaging about, I would say, 30 to 31 miles to the gallon, which is pretty decent with the performance you get with this car. So yeah, the fuel economy is great. I spend roughly $20 a week on gas, and if you think about it, here in California, we probably have some of the highest prices on fuel. So I spend roughly $20 a week, and I get to where I need to go. So yeah, you do get that. That's a plus on this car. And again, the price, I remember this car came in just a little over $20,000 after the discount. One main reason I believe most people and most drivers go for the Fiat Abarth is the sound. The exhaust it's just ridiculous, and sometimes it sounds too loud. I'll tell you. But it's like a little power rocket. So you're definitely gonna love the sound, and sometimes you may not if you're driving in a quiet area. But it is a plus nonetheless. It sounds awesome. You hear that? You hear that pop? This is the best part of this car. And when you put it in sport mode in a quiet street, you're gonna laugh home, all the way home. But yeah, guys, this is my review of the Fiat 500 Abarth. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and leave your comments if you have any questions. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, do hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. So in the meantime, I'm gonna get the hell up out of here, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Talk to you soon.